Hi guys, welcome down to Living Golf Academy, and today we're going to test two players' irons against each other. We're going to go for the brand new TAYLORMADE P760s and see how they perform against the MIZUNO 919 forged iron. Right guys, so if you're a regular viewer, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe below, click the notification bell, make sure you get all my videos as soon as they come out. But we're going to put two of the players' irons, good looking irons, not the strongest lofts, but put them side by side. We're going to hit 5 real balls on GC2. I'm going to give you some feedback on kind of looks and feel. We're going to see how the ball flies, look at the performance, and see if you're in the market for some new irons and you're a better player, which one of these two clubs you might be picking. Right then guys, so I've done separate review videos on both these videos, so I'm not going to get too much into the kind of technical aspects of these clubs, but aimed at the same kind of player, lofts wise very similar, 32 with the MIZUNO, 33 with the TAYLORMADE. So before I hit a shot, I'm expecting to see very, very similar performance, but it'll be interested with looks and feel, because I think when you're getting into that better player, it's not always about out and out performance. Sometimes it is a little bit more about those emotional buy-ins, so that looks and feel. So we're going to go with the MIZUNO first, JPX 919 forged. I'm going to hit 5 shots with this, 5 shots with the TAYLORMADE. I'm going to see who wins. Okay, so down behind the ball, definitely for me, I think the MIZUNO still just looks that little bit chunky, so I'm not convinced this is the best looking iron in this category, but let's hit some shots and see. So setting off a little bit too straight, still turning over like my normal shape, maybe just going to cling on to that left edge of the green. Okay, so decent start, and that felt just lovely, so soft. You know, they always say nothing feels like a MIZUNO, and they do feel tremendous. I remember when I did my full review video for this, you know, really noticing how nice these felt. Setting off a little bit further right, still shaping. Going to finish pretty close to the first one. Yeah, that's decent. And I think before I even look at numbers there, I definitely think I could play with these. You know, a little bit chunkier, but I think over the last few years I've kind of been a little bit in and out with thicker top line, thinner top line, but certainly feel wise good. And I know that this is going to produce a pretty decent number for me with 7-iron. So a little bit low off the face, gonna have to get up a little bit, just chasing onto that front edge, but nice and straight. So I didn't quite get that one, a little bit thin, so definitely didn't carry as far, but still hit the green, which is always pleasing, if those misses can still get you very, very playable. So that's a good strike, setting off right, should be close this one, good yardage. Yeah, just past pin high. Oh, I do love that, that's so nice. And I think it's a tough one because certainly I did my review of the TAYLORMADE iron last week, and I would say maybe mixed comments from guys about kind of if anyone's tried it on looks and feel. Again, solid, just shaping a bit too much. Going to be very close to the first and second shots. Nice and consistent. Right then guys, so 4 really good solid ones and 1 just a little bit thin with the MIZUNO. So as we move over onto the TAYLORMADE, like I said, brand new, 2nd of November this comes out, so when I'm doing this video, this still isn't actually released. So definitely looking a little bit smaller, a bit more compact, slightly thinner top line, which I think probably fits my eye better. So probably out of the two of them, early on, I think this one maybe just ticks the box a little bit more. But again, let's go 5 shots and see how P760 stacks up. So setting off a bit too straight. Maybe just going to cling onto that left edge. We'll take that one. Now, instantly for me there, that doesn't feel as nice. Sounds maybe a little bit harder, feels that little bit harder, a bit more clicky off the face. So setting off much further out to the right, shaping back, pretty good, a little bit long, but middle of the green. Yeah, so I definitely think, even though this one, I prefer it looks-wise, definitely prefer the feel of the Mizuno. But let's see, consistency-wise, which one hits more greens. No, that's not shaping much, maybe just left. That looks good for distance. Great little shot, 175. And to be fair, I still think this feels okay. I think it's just harsh putting it up against the Mizuno because the Mizuno does feel so soft. But, you know, hollow head, so very, very forgiving this kind of in the mid and long irons. I'm going to turn over. That's going to need to get down. No, just left of the green, first miss. And it'd be interesting when we look at the numbers, because I would say that this just looks like it's hitting it a little bit higher. I know it's got 1 degree more loft, but then you'd expect maybe peak height to be about the same. But just look, just that little bit higher as they're going down the range. So strike felt good again. Again, just a bit too much shape. And a popular spot on that left half of the green. Okay, so 2 nice close ones. I thought I probably struck the ball a little bit better with P760. Now, I don't think that's down to the club. The one that was thin, doesn't matter how good the club is if I don't quite put the swing on it. But let's look at the numbers. I would say looks-wise, TaylorMade. Feel-wise, Mizuno. Let's look at the numbers and see performance-wise which one came out on top. Right then, guys, so we can see ball speed almost identical, 119 with each. Club head speed, again, almost identical as I would expect. The launch angle just slightly lower on the 919 forged, more down to that third shot being a little bit thin with the strike. As we look at the spin, a little bit more spin with the Mizuno as against the TaylorMade. Again, would probably say very, very close, and if I were to hit more and more shots, I think you might see those even tighten up a bit further. Peak height, very, very similar. Distance, again, almost identical, and you could see, apart from the third one down with the Mizuno, you know, really, really consistent on those yardages front to back. Probably a little bit more consistency with the Mizuno than the TaylorMade, but a little bit surprising. I possibly thought, if speed foam is making a big difference with the P760s, thought I might see a little bit more ball speed out of the TaylorMade than I did. Right, guys, so we looked at the performance numbers, and I think, you know, almost identical, almost wouldn't be able to tell one club from another when you looked at distance, peak height, ball speed, all those things that you're looking for. Still out of a player's iron, still looking for some decent distances. So on performance, I would say you couldn't really pick anything. I think if I went on looks behind the ball, I probably just slightly preferred the P760 with it being a tiny bit smaller, but feel-wise, definitely the Mizuno one for me. So if you look at performance being almost identical, looks this one winning and feel this one, if I was making the choice, which one would I go for? Probably the Mizuno. You know, just edging it for me, and I think not too bothered about how soft it feels on those full shots, but I think when I'm playing some of those short game shots, I think that's where that little bit more feel, bit more responsiveness will really pay off with the Mizuno. So guys, as ever, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Comment below and I'll get back to as many of you as I can. Like and share the video. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with you some of the guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.